In the mid-2000s, the racing game genre would push boundaries with franchises such as Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, and many others releasing their strongest titles over the years. And among these franchises, a long-running series known as Test Drive would follow suit. But first, a bit of history. Test Drive as a franchise has been around since the year 1987, originally owned by Accolade before they were bought by Infogrames and later Atari. Throughout the years, Test Drive would be given to different developers with each attempting to create a different spin on the genre, until it's handed over to Eden Games for the development of Test Drive V-Rally 2. That is until a few years later, Eden Games would get their hands on the mainline Test Drive title with Unlimited, which was released in the year 2006, despite originally planned to be released in 2005 as a launch title for the Xbox 360. The game features a SimKit handling unlike Eden Games' previous titles, and was set to be a reboot for the franchise, with a focus on the concept of an immersive open world thanks to the success of games such as Need for Speed Underground 2 and Midnight Club Street Racing. Just a heads up, I had installed the Platinum mod, which I will talk more about in a bit, in case you're wondering why there are modern cars in this video. But now that we got the basics out of the way, we can finally talk about what the game has to offer. So the game starts with a selection of avatars featuring Brad Pitt from Fight Club, Mr. Worldwide, and a GTA character, before sending off to the Hawaiian island of Oahu, after which the game provides a selection of rental cars before sending you to a real estate agency and a car dealership of your choice for your very own first housing, car, and a tutorial race, effectively showcasing core game mechanics such as car rentals, which allows you temporary use of cars for open world cruising and events, so you can use these if you don't want to waste too much money on a few races. The driving in this game is also pretty unique due to each car having their own quirks with the addition of a driver cam for more immersion. It also features player housing, a place to store your cars, customize your character, and check on stuff like the in-game news and achievements. You also have the dealerships, a place to check out and purchase cars. These dealerships are scattered throughout the map, so keep an eye on them while cruising. After completing the tutorial race, the game essentially lets you explore the island in its entirety without any limitation. So then comes the question, what is the progression in Test Drive Unlimited? The main goal is to increase the player's level by earning points via in-game achievements, consisting of winning events, buying cars, selling cars, buying houses, discovering roads, upgrading cars, and etc. You get the idea. Basically, everything you do results in progress. Level, wait, what? Expert level just because I bought a car? Oh, damn. And throughout the game, you'll run into event types such as races, speed traps, and time trials, familiar ideas to any racing title, with extra side events such as courier, vehicle transport, hitchhikers, and top model challenges being time trials that punish you for touching grass. Oh no! Fucked it up. You lost 2k. No, I lost 42k, cause perfect condition bonus. This is where most would notice the difficulty, mainly how anything with a timer tends to be very challenging, while the regular races lack them because the AI is pretty bad in this game. Where are you going, dudes? With higher levels or ranks, more activities would become accessible, unlocking ones with certain limitations or requirements based on car classes, brands, and even specific models, such as the 200-kilometer race across the island, which is considered to be the final race of the game. You can't just really rely on a single car for every single activity, which pushes you towards purchasing other vehicles, and this is where the magic begins. Test Drive Unlimited would feature a number of cars from many brands, which were each separated by their respective dealerships, while some are separated by pricing range and others by their nationality. This rule also applies to tuning shops. Upon entering one of these dealerships, that is when the love that these developers had for cars becomes apparent with the inspection feature, where you get to look at the car closely and even play around while sitting in its interiors, similar to what would become Forza's own Forza Vista. You can also take the cars out for a spin before buying them, as you get to pick your car of choice starting from sedans up to extremely fast hypercars, further separated by groups indicated by the letter icon from group A to G. Car tuning works by picking a selection of tuning packages instead of choosing individual parts, some of which can elevate a car into higher classes, with certain packages providing body and visual upgrades, even turning them into completely different cars altogether. But aside from that, the only visual customization you could do is changing the color of the car and choosing different rims when buying a car. Furthermore, the way these dealerships, tuning shops, and paint shops are integrated with the map is nothing short of genius, as the only way to fast travel in this game is by discovering the roads. Scattering these dealerships and tuning shops becomes a major reason why players feel motivated to explore this gigantic map. And as you explore the map, you will begin to notice a major distinctive factor compared to its competitors at the time, with titles such as Carbon, Most Wanted, and Midnight Club 3 having a heavy urban industrial atmosphere. Instead, you are treated to the sunny tropical paradise with lush greenery and beautiful seascape on the horizon. There are no filters here, so it's all natural and further adds to the immersion. And despite only taking place on a single island, the map itself rarely felt similar, with the urban city landscape at the southern outskirts, the mountains at the eastern side of the map, and the more coastal areas of the western side of the island. But of course, being an accurate representation of the real-life island means that a lot of these areas contain a lot of empty plains or dense forests and areas connected via long straits and highways, which can be very boring to drive through for some people. Luckily though, thanks to the way the events are set up, by the time you need to go from one end of the island, you'll likely have already discovered a nearby road you can fast travel to. And now we finally get to talk about the Platinum mod. Being a very old game would have its benefits, as the fans have gotten a long time to come up with their own content to keep the game fresh and entertaining. Enter the Platinum mod, made by the many dedicated fans over the years, but what does the Platinum mod do exactly? For starters, there are tweaks in physics, new weather, new map texture, but its main appeal would be increasing the number of vehicles with moderns and classics and even newly added brands. So dear viewers, would you like to take a guess how many cars are added with this mod? 50, 100? Well, the correct answer is 880. 880 cars in total, making the car count equal to Gran Turismo and Forza. And what makes this mod even crazier is the fact that each of these cars has their own detailed interiors. I definitely recommend the Platinum mod if you are interested in trying out the game. Links are in the description down below. Now, there is one bit of the game that I haven't really talked about yet, and it's the multiplayer. Being an Xbox 360 title, Test Drive Unlimited would use Xbox Live to its fullest extent, with features to do races and challenges with friends or randoms, and even just hang out in the open world together. Sadly, the official servers have shut down since 2012 for both Xbox and PC. To keep the feeling that you're playing with other drivers, in single player the roads will be populated by random AI drivers instead. Does this remind you of anything? It's not all sunshine in Oahu, however. For example, the AI in this game has the same issue as most racing games do, where only one of them would lead the race while others stay behind. They're pretty much the reason why a lot of races are just not challenging enough. There's also cops in this game, and they can go from negligible to inescapable. They don't really serve much purpose in the game, as there is no requirement for achievements with pursuits. And then there's the traffic. What is this AI as well? Did you see how he just turned and stopped? This guy as well just stopped out of nowhere. Damn, weird ass AI, man. That guy just went into me. Which can be a bit of an issue, as they seem to have the tendency to bug out, whether it be because of FPS or any other shenanigans. And these guys will be the main obstacle during side activities. No! Ow. There are actually motorbikes that can be used to race as well, featuring brands from Ducati and Kawasaki. However, the fact that you need to first find all car dealerships before being able to unlock the bike dealerships, it pretty much kills the excitement for them. But despite these issues, the game itself aged very well. It's very interesting to see how Test Drive Unlimited would manage to become the main inspiration of many modern open world games 17 years later. Coincidentally, the first Test Drive back in 1987 was highly regarded as the first driving sim for home consoles, and later proved to the world that racing games can strive beyond the arcades. Fun fact, the original Test Drive was developed by Distinctive Software, a developer studio that would later become EA Canada, the studio responsible for the creation of the Need for Speed. Despite my lack of excitement for modern titles thanks to the disappointing releases over the last few years, I certainly still have hopes that perhaps Solar Crown will be a repeat of the first Test Drive Unlimited game, but we'll just have to see when the game comes out. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And a massive shout out goes to all the patrons that support this channel. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care everyone. Peace.